Hello there. I'm a 65-year-old man, and not long ago, I sold the house I'd lived in for 40 years. Not because I stopped loving it, but because I learned something simple and true: memories don't need walls to survive. This is my story, a quiet journey from holding on to letting go. From bricks and beams to a kind of freedom I never knew I needed. I stood on the porch that morning in May. The wind was gentle, like a whisper saying goodbye. That house had been my whole life. Not just where I lived, but what I built. I laid the bricks myself. Sweated through long weekends. Drafted plans late at night on scraps of paper. There were pencil marks on the kitchen door, where we measured the kids as they grew. A scorch mark on the hardwood floor, from my very first Thanksgiving turkey. It didn't go well, but we laughed for hours. That house had a soul. It held our laughter, our grief, our quiet. But one day, I stood in the hallway and realized, was I holding onto the house? Or was the house holding onto me? When my youngest moved out, the house felt bigger, not because it changed, but because it was emptier. Dinner became one plate. Rooms stayed dark for days. I wandered through the halls like a guest in a museum of my own past. I thought about remodeling, making a reading nook, planting roses. But I didn't live in that house anymore. I was simply inside it. It's strange, you live so long in one place, and one day, you stop seeing it for what it is. You just see time slipping by. And in the mirror, a face growing older. Quietly, I started to clean out the house. One drawer at a time. One bookshelf. One box of old letters. I found things I once thought I couldn't part with. And yet, I didn't need them anymore. Not because they didn't matter, but because I no longer needed to carry them to remember. I kept one small box. 3 old photos. A journal. And my wife's wedding ring. When I told the real estate agent, she looked at me and said, "Are you sure? 40 years of memories?" I smiled. The things I love, I carry inside me. They're not locked in walls.
I bought an RV, a little home, with wheels. No more mowing, no more repairs, no more empty rooms, just the road and the wind. I read books beside Lake Tahoe, watched the sunset fall over the Texas plains, slept under the Oregon trees with owls for neighbors. Freedom, I learned, is not having more. It's needing less. I didn't leave to escape. I left to begin. One night, sitting by a campfire, I opened my notebook, and I wrote, "The house I once needed gave me a beautiful life. But life isn't meant to be stored. It's meant to be lived. So I said thank you and goodbye. I don't own much anymore, but I've never felt richer. I no longer need the house, but in letting it go, I found what truly matters. Myself." Thank you for spending time with me today. If your home feels too full of memories, or too empty to feel like home, remember this: you're allowed to choose differently. And sometimes, letting go is how we begin again. Until next time, take care of your heart.